Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, as we read letters from the voyages of St. Frances Cabrini as she traveled around the Western Hemisphere sharing the good news of Christ. Welcome, Catholic pilgrims, to the start of our fourth journey with Mother Cabrini. This time she is traveling from New York to Nicaragua. Very briefly, I want to give a short history lesson. Today, Mother is going to talk about visiting Manresa, and I want you to be clear on what she means by that. If you saw the movie Cabrini, you saw Mother Cabrini buy a big home that had been abandoned by the Jesuits. She got it for a good price because it lacked fresh water. Now, in the movie, the sisters dig tons of holes in the yard looking for a well, but that is not an accurate description as to what actually happened. Mother, in real life, pointed out pretty quickly where the well should be dug, and it was the correct spot. Anyway, Manresa is the name of the property and home that Mother Cabrini bought. Why the name Manresa? Well, the property was owned by the Jesuits, and the Jesuits were founded by the Spaniard St. Ignatius of Loyola. Manresa is a city in Spain and has a cave there that is the site of a pilgrimage because of St. Ignatius's time in that cave where he used it as a spiritual retreat place. Manresa doesn't translate into anything in Spanish. It's just the name of a city. So I will provide a link in the show notes from the Cabrini Shrine in New York that gives some more information on Manresa and the finding of water there. So with all that said, let's begin our next voyage with Mother to Nicaragua by turning to page 59. New York to Nicaragua, October 1891. On the ocean, Thursday, October 15th, 1891. My very dear daughters, as you are well aware, from the account of my last voyage from Europe to America, we reached New York on September 13th, where our sisters, with many good, benevolent, and affectionate persons, awaited us with indescribable anxiety. The day following my arrival was the anniversary of my religious profession, a dear and memorable day for me, and for all my good daughters, who look upon whatever concerns me as theirs. We made a great feast of it. We had 2 masses and a sermon by Father Bandini, appropriate to the work of our mission, treating of the solemnity of the exaltation of the Holy Cross. In the evening, benediction of the Blessed Sacrament was to have been given by His Grace, the Archbishop, as he so kindly promised, but owing to his manifold duties, he was obliged to delegate the rector of the parish in which our house of 43rd Street is situated. Monsignor Braun, who was assisted by several priests who came to celebrate our arrival. His Grace came to see us the next day, and with paternal kindness, consoled us greatly. The following days I visited the various houses of the mission. I went first to Manresa with the 29 sisters who came here with me from Europe. All the sisters were charmed with the beauty of the villa, which is situated on one of the best sites of the Hudson River. The order and the tranquility of the house pleased them still more. The chapel annexed to it inspires one with great devotion and recollection, and invites us to that kind of contemplation which makes us feel vividly the divine goodness of our celestial spouse, and makes us understand deeply His will, infusing into us the courage necessary to fulfill it faithfully. Every time I find myself at Manresa, I think that perhaps when I have worked sufficiently for the Institute, this will be the place of my retreat, to prepare myself for my journey to eternity. But this is an elusive dream, a childish feeling. Let us leave to Providence all thought of our future. Let us work day by day in the Lord's vineyard, seeking the greater glory of God in perfect detachment from everything, which is of very great importance to ourselves, for often without our knowing it, we are the enemies of our own souls, troubling ourselves about many things, whilst porro unum est necessarium. Most of the sisters remained for some days at Manresa in order to have a rest. So something else that I wanted to point out to you is there is a bit of a typo there on page 59. There are two dates. I corrected it when I was reading, but there are two dates where one says October 1891 and the other says October 1892. The 1892 is a typo in her writing. I checked with the guy who put the letters together. Who knows why? Maybe she was just absentmindedly writing down something. Anyway, the correct date is October 1891. And so that will be all for today. I'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.